PDF types explained. Let's take a closer look at the different types of PDFs you might encounter, because I think that understanding the type of PDF is key to knowing how to approach translation and file preparation. I will show you real examples right now of each type of PDF so you can learn to recognize them quickly. Let's move to the real example. So let's dig directly into that. First of all, we have digital PDFs. Digital PDFs are created on a computer. Think of Word, Google Docs, InDesign exports, Illustrator. So the text is fully editable and searchable. And these are the easiest to translate accurately. And how will you identify these PDFs? If you try to select the text in the document, you will be able to select, copy and paste the document, for example. And if you click Edit in Adobe Acrobat, you will see that the text flows smoothly with no issues at all. So this is a digital PDF created on a computer. Then we have layered PDFs. A layered PDF is one that retains design layers, that is to say, text, images, and backgrounds, but as separate elements. So you can usually extract content cleanly, but layout can get tricky during translation. I will show you why. If you have a look at this, this is a digital layered PDF, and I will try to select the text. I can perfectly well, but look at what happens when I click Edit. If you pay attention, you will see that we have different layers. Yeah, one is the text, different images, all separated, and all those elements that are put together may complicate the translation process. So it is important to know this so as to select the right way to translate this type of PDFs. Later on, we will see how to better deal with them in Pairaphrase. Then we have scanned PDFs. Scanned PDFs are the challenge per se, because these are just pictures of pages. What we see as text is actually a photo of a text. You cannot select, look at this, if I want to select text, I cannot, as I did in the previous digital PDFs, I cannot select text. That means that to extract the text from here, we will need an OCR tool. In a minute, we will see what it is and how it works. Then we have OCR PDFs. That are PDFs that have been processed by an OCR, scanned PDFs, and that means that they have been converted into editable text, but the quality will depend on the quality of the original PDF and the ability of the OCR, how good the OCR was. So, for example, this is a scanned PDF, a scanned Word document that I can convert again into a PDF if I want. But if you pay attention, you will see that I have most of the text. I have some images that were extracted, but some of them were not. This is an OCR document. Then we have flattened PDFs. In simple words, flattened PDFs are basically like glued together. So text, sometimes images and backgrounds are kind of fused. That means that you can't easily edit or extract anything. They need OCR too. This is an example of a flattened PDF. If I try to select the text here, I cannot do that. Flattened PDFs tend to come from Canva, for example. If you download a PDF from Canva, a design from Canva, you will get this type of PDFs. Another type that you may also know is an interactive PDF. An interactive PDF is one of that includes fields to be filled in, buttons, clickable elements, etc. While these can sometimes be editable, it is most probably that you will lose the fields or the marked fields or the buttons when you translate these. Then we also have hybrid PDFs. Hybrid PDFs are a mix between digital and non-digital. So some of the parts will be editable, some will not. Look at this one. If I click edit on this one, I have some parts that are text. This is good, but some others are not, are images. So this is hybrid PDF. And finally, we may have protected or secured PDFs. Secure PDFs are maybe password protected or may have restrictions or on copying, editing, printing. So you may need permission or to know how to unlock them before processing. This is an example. Look what happens when I click edit, when I try to edit this document. It says that it is protected, so I need to enter a password, or if I do not have a password, I will have to use an application to unlock that. This is the most common app. This is online. I love PDF. Used to unlock PDFs that are protected or that have passwords on them. So if you are confident that you can upload your file because of confidentiality matters, of course, you can always upload your PDF here and delete or remove the password protection. Okay, so let's move on. This is the list. I will share, as Candace said, I will share with you my presentation, so don't worry, you don't need to remember everything right now. You will have the content later on. It is really important to know your PDF type. It really matters, yeah, because as we've seen, not all PDFs are created equally. So the ideal is to know how they were created, to know how to deal with them. Digital PDFs are easy to translate accurately. Hybrid PDFs will need an OCR for translation. Scanned PDFs will require OCR and may have errors or may require pre-processing, and we will learn how to do that. And a tip I want to give you to identify those types is what I did before. Try to select the text or to edit the PDF in Acrobat, so you will know what type of PDF you are dealing with. As I said, depending on the origin, you may have different challenges. So always pay attention to that before uploading the file. A tip I want to give you, always ask or try to ask for or get the source file for better translation. So if you know that the PDF was created in Word, try to get the Word document. If it was a PowerPoint, try to get the PowerPoint. If it was an InDesign file, try to get the InDesign, the IDML file. And now we will see what happens with Canva as well, because it is really important to have the source file to avoid potential issues afterwards. Here you have a summary of the different origins, types, and challenges they may present. This is very, very easy to learn, easy to see for you to remember afterwards. Remember that clean input is essential for clean output. Now, do not forget that.